So when we go to details here, we're going to add the actual top bar as well. So that would look something like this. And we're going to add an arrow to signify that the users can tap on that and go back. Okay, so just to make our app uniform. All right, so to do that, let's go to our details. What I'm going to do, instead of having all of this, I'm just going to, let's go ahead and comment all of these out first so we can get some of the pieces that we may need later. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to add here is going to be a scaffold, right? That structure, that's the scaffold. Remember the structure that we have, the material structure that allows us to create a uniform user interface. Okay, so say top bar. All right, for our top bar, I'm going to just use the top bars that we have. And let's go back to home. So essentially, I'm going to borrow all of this. Let's see. In fact, this color magenta is a little bit too aggressive. Let's just use something else. Let's use light gray for now. Let's just get that. Okay. So in here, I'm actually going to create a row. The next thing I'm going to add here is going to be an icon. So say icon like this. I'm going to use image vector kind. Say icons.default. I'm going to say arrow back. For description, just say arrow back as such. And then I'm going to put a modifier here because I want to make this clickable. So I'm going to say modifier clickable like this. And when it's clicked, that's when I'm going to add some information here. Okay. All right. So there we go. When we click, we want to go back. So we have the nav. So I'm going to just go back and just code the same thing that we did before. Pop back like this, right? When that's clicked. And for our row, I'm going to say alignment. We want horizontal arrangement. I want to start. Everything has to be to the left. And so here I'm going to put a spacer because I want to make sure that the movie title there is about 100.dp. So to push this movie to the right. Okay, let's see what else. All right, right. Inside here, this is our content. This is where I can go back and put that text that we have. Or actually, just put a text that says our movie data. So essentially what we had before here. Just copy this. Okay, let's go ahead and run this. Okay, there we go. I'm going to say click. And voila, avatar. We can click now. That arrow, we are taken back. Very good. Obviously, we can just put all of this back, right? This surface, if we want, inside of our body here. We can just get rid of all of that. Uncomment it all. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and run. All right, there we go. You can see we still have back. We don't want that back, of course. So we can get rid of this button altogether because everything is already set up for us. Let's make it all look nicer. Let's go ahead and run. So now we're just setting things up here. Nothing really new. Okay, there we go. So everything is working. So now we have this very nice uniform user interface. So we click Interstellar, we get Interstellar, we can go back, and there you have it. Okay. Of course, we can work around, make this even better, look good, but we will get there. So we can change the color. If you want, we can just say color transparent so that it doesn't have any background color per se. It's just transparent. All right, there we go. Says movies. go. Of course, in our details, we haven't changed that, so it's still the same. Okay, we can play around with everything we want. And also the other thing we can do in our top bar, if I hover over, you can say, for instance, elevation. For elevation, I can say 0 dp, so no elevation whatsoever. And now we should see just white. Look at that. It's very nice. Okay, so you can play around and do all sort of things. And of course, we're gonna keep working here. And I can do the same thing to our details. Give 0 elevation. Color transparent. Now we have something uniform. Okay, there we go. And we have that. All right, just options. And we may change that later. But the most important thing here is that we were able to put together a very simple application, able to look at how to structure our app and how to navigate between screens, right, using the navigation component, which is really, really important and very useful, as you can see here. Right, so we are going to continue working on this movie app. Right, and we're displaying movies here, and perhaps make this even better by creating a data class, which will have more properties that we can then add to our details here. Okay, congratulations, and I'll see you next.